Good morning, children. Today we are going to learn about Lenz Law, and I am Dr. Ramakrishna Aduri. And here you see a conductor, this black colored one. Here is a magnet. When you start moving this magnet, the magnetic lines of force are intercepted by the conductor, okay, cut by the conductor. So an induced electromotive force is going to produce current, okay, and see, there is an induced EMF. EMF is produced, okay, electrons start moving in the conductor, and that produces a current, and that current, whatever is passing, it induces a counter magnetic field, okay, that produces a magnetic field and that acts as a counter magnetic field to the one which generates the current. You can see only one magnetic field. Only when I start moving this magnet, you can see the EMF induced, and EMF induced is going to generate current, and that current induces a magnetic field, and remember that acts as a counter magnetic field. And let us understand how it works. When I am moving this magnet, you can see the electrons moving there. When magnet is going towards it and coming back, they are going in opposite directions, and as the electrons are moving, their current is produced, and that current which is generated, it induces a magnetic field. Of course, there is a counter magnetic field, the blue colored magnetic lines of force you can see, and that is going to act as counter magnetic field to this magnetic field, whatever is like producing the current. So I just tell you once again here, this is a magnet. This magnet has got some magnetic lines of force. There is a change of magnetic flux near the coil. Okay, it can be from more flux to less flux or less flux to more flux. Rate of change of this flux is going to induce an EMF in the circuit, okay, in the coil. And the magnetic field produced because of that current acts against this magnetic field. There are two magnetic fields here, one opposing the other, and therefore, how does it, how do you have to understand this one? It is not easy to move a magnet and produce current, and unless you spend some kind of energy, mechanical energy, it is not easy to produce the energy. So my point here is very, very simple. So either you have to take the magnet inside or magnet take the magnet outside. In both cases, you have to spend energy and move the magnet. Otherwise, it's not easy to move because there is a counter magnetic field which is produced, which is opposing this magnetic field. And therefore, my point here is Lenz Law talks about the counter magnetic field produced to oppose the magnetic field which is generating the current. Okay, so there is a magnetic field which is generating the current, and there is a magnetic field produced because of that current which acts opposite to this one. That is what we mean by Lenz Law. Okay, and an induced electromotive force generates a current that induces a counter magnetic field that opposes the magnetic field generating the current.